Please give me a warm welcoming, a warm applause. Put your hands together for Nick Young, everybody. Come on. Hello, Nick. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you back here. So a little background for Nick. Nick is one of the co-founders of CHINICT, which was my competitor back in the day when I was with Redland 1.0. They soundly trounced us. They were, for my money, the original Facebook. They dug in deep to universities, did very well with that and got acquired by Sohu back in the day. And then Nick went and started a company called KongZhong's, which went zero to IPO on NASDAQ in less than 2 years. Still listed, doing focus on games and also mobile services. And Nick is now sort of a sage in the entrepreneurial community and is focusing on mobile internet. And just be great to get his thoughts on where he has seen the market. He's kind of covered in scar tissue and calluses. This guy's like armor, and he's like can go into battle and help other people win the battle. So, welcome, Nick. And,
thank you.
Tell me about you're an investor, an advisor. Tell me about what interests you today. What makes you open up that wallet and write some checks? What's the focus?
Well, right now I'm a early stage investor, an angel or angel investor, if you would call it. So the area of focus right now for me that truly get me excited is mobile internet. And as you can see that for the first time, I think in the year-over-year growth in the PC sales have been slumping. The PCs actually selling less this year than they would last year, and the mobile phones are selling more and more. So as you can see around you, that PC internet usage is dropping as well. Web browsing, searching on the internet is all dropping. The numbers says it's definitely showing a trend that the usage of the internet is moving toward mobile. So that really gets me into a hurry that this year, 2013, I think if you want to do something in mobile internet and do something big, you have to start it this year. This is the most critical year for the industry. So this year, I'm very heavily looking and delving and searching for great companies and great opportunities and great entrepreneurs that want to work in this area and to catch the next big wave. And I think after this wave, 3, 4, or 5 years from now, there's going to be a multi-billion-dollar or a few multi-billion-dollar companies coming out of the mobile internet industry. And it might not be the ones that's the current leaders today. Like there's everybody knows about the BAT, or you could say Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. They call it the 3 mountains on top of entrepreneurs' head. So all of these companies, only Tencent with Weixin has a slight chance of capturing one of the seats in the major powerhouses of the mobile internet. The other 2, they're still struggling. They're still struggling and searching and looking for their mobile internet strategy. So when that happens, as entrepreneurs, as new entrepreneurs, you definitely have a great chance to become one of the future big top shots in the industry.
Yeah, very interesting you say that Tencent has kind of disrupted itself with Weixin and kind of eaten its own young in a way, like killing TQ Mobile and bringing Weixin into the mix. So there's Baidu and search and Alibaba more e-commerce focused. What do you see as other potential categories in mobile internet that are interesting to you? Do you think it's going to be more what's happening in other markets? Do you think it's going to be something unique to China?
I think in the mobile internet industry, of course, these are the big areas that's definitely going to be big, like mobile commerce. Whether that's going to be Alibaba or not, we don't know. But communications, right? It's a very big, important part of mobile internet. Tencent with Weixin and a whole bunch of other guys who's working in this industry as well. Search might not be a core usage of the mobile internet. I mean, Baidu has been working on search for a very long time on mobile search. My ex-company is KongZhong's. I worked a lot on mobile search as well. But search is definitely it's not as useful as it is on the PC. For example, search on the PC is more like a a positional entry into the internet. So people, whenever you go online on the PC, you just type in where you want to go, and then it gives you a link and you go there. But in the mobile internet age, you don't need that. You want to go somewhere, go get an app. And next time, just flip the screen, punch on the app. You don't need a search engine for that. So the search usage is actually not as high on the mobile internet as it is on the PC. But the mobile presents very unique opportunities in that it's a very personal device. It's with you all the time. So whenever you have something that's that you need to do, the mobile phone is a intelligent device as an extension of your hand or extension of yourself. So there's a lot of interesting applications. For example, in the future technologies, NFC, near field communications, or RFID, or many advanced applications you can have when you have a device that's with you all the time. The second thing is that you have location-based services that's also very big on the mobile phone. So whenever you have a mobile app, if you take advantage of the location capabilities of the phone, these are the services that might not be possible in the PC internet stage, but it is possible on the mobile stage. So there's a lot of unique opportunities. So what does a huge company look like 5 years from now? We might not know. It might not be a mobile version of the PC, the PC giants.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think anytime a new technology comes out, people try to jam the previous technology into that. Like, for instance, when movies came out, they were sort of like stage productions, but just with a camera. And perhaps television was a little bit more like a radio show, but just on TV, because people don't really know what that medium can really do. So I think you're right. It's such early days, relatively, in mobile internet that we probably can't even see what's going to happen in 5 years once so many billions of people have all smartphones with 3G access. And what about the gaming space? You have pretty strong gaming background. What's your sort of feel for what's interesting around that?
Of course, gaming is going to be very, very big. As an industry, it's going to be huge. It's probably going to be bigger than some of the industry I've talked about before, like search. It's bigger than, for example, the communications or the social networks. The games is, as you can see in the PC internet world, games is a huge business. And on the mobile world, it's going to be a huge business as well. So there's, as a first-time entrepreneurs or as a first-time investor, I would highly recommend you to look into the gaming industry, because it's very close to cash. It's very close to revenues. So because people play games, they get hooked, they like it, and they're willing to spend money in the games. Previously, I have invested in Roku Games, which has one of the most popular games today. 找你妹 is made by Roku, and 大掌门, some of the very popular titles. So in this industry, I do make investments, but it's not a core focus of myself, because I like to invest in mobile internet platforms. The difference between platforms and games is that games is an industry that you need continuous creativity. For example, it's hit driven. Like after a game become popular, games have life cycles. They become popular, they become not popular, a new game come out, and everybody plays it, and they get bored. So as a gaming company, you need continuous creativity. And I remember a few days ago, I read the interview of Warren Buffett, and they asked Warren Buffett whether he would invest in Apple, and Buffett said, "We will not invest in Apple for now or ever," because he said, because Apple as a company is hit driven. One phone after another, one product after another, you need continuous creativity. But a platform company like, for example, a search engine, an e-commerce platform, or a communication platform, you don't need continuous innovation. It just becomes very simple. But of course, platforms are much harder to do. So as a first-time entrepreneur or first-time investor, I would highly recommend you to stay away from platforms, but focus on games. Games is a very good industry.
Interesting. So, speaking of advice for first-time entrepreneurs, I spoke earlier this morning about how few serial entrepreneurs there are here in China, because they sort of tend to either stick with the company, or if they do get out, they become a VC, maybe go buy an island somewhere or something. But you've re-engaged pretty deeply back into the entrepreneurial community here, which I think is a really key component to growing the whole ecosystem, as it were. You become quite well known for your clinics, sort of like a medical clinic where you can come in and say, oh, I have this rash here, and can you be able to tip on that? I'd love to hear some of your
Yes.
anecdotes from that.
I run a program called the Entrepreneurs Clinic fairly regularly, so that I would announce the time on the internet that people can just come in and walk in and ask anything about your project, anything about investing or fundraising or management or marketing, any problems you have with your company, you can come in and ask. I'll give you my true advice. So that's something I do to engage with the community, as you said, that because for this way, so that I become very accessible. Because I have a lot of experience in the running companies, a lot of experience in investing. So I definitely want to help people, help the entrepreneurs do a better job. At the same time, if I truly like what you do, I might invest in you. So that's something I do regularly.
Excellent. If you're looking for advice, ask for money. But if you're looking for money, ask for advice. So actually, it's a good way. All right. You know what? How many entrepreneurs do we have in the audience here today? How many? Let's do a little experiment here. I'm going to run over and give the microphone. Let's do 2 quick questions. Name, company, really quick question. Come up with some kind of question. I know this guy over here. Let's throw something out.
See what we can throw in next.
Hi, I'm Ben Wong from Substantial Games. And you were talking about games earlier. What do you see games in China being in a couple of years, 3 years?
I think that the game industry is moving toward mobile games. It's definitely something that's a big trend. As you can see that previously, a lot of people worked on social games or web page games. It was popular a couple years from now, but the usage is dropping on the PC internet. So you have to migrate toward mobile, and mobile is definitely growing. And with the capability of these phones become better and better, there's definitely a big growth in all sectors of the games. So it depends on what you want to do: casual, hardcore, or something in between. But you have to find your positioning, and you have to become very good at it. And second thing about the mobile gaming industry is that before companies are vertically integrated, you need to do everything from creativity to operation of the games to marketing to whatever. But now it becomes companies are finding their core competence. If you're great at operating games, maybe you should do game creation. If you're great at game creation, you should partner or distribute through these game operators. So it's becoming more specialized.
That's excellent advice. I think generally startups now are outsourcing their cloud management somewhere else, accounting somewhere else, and now you can even outsource even some of the non-core things that we used to consider core. Anybody else have a quick question? Any other entrepreneur right now? All right, I have a question for you. What do you think about tablets versus mobile? Where do you think that's going to go? Is that something that's exciting to you?
Yes,
right now?
tablets are very exciting as well, and there's certain things that tablets does a lot better than mobile phone. For example, I'm also an investor, angel investor of KongZhong's, which is the you watch movies and TV shows or these big contents on the mobile. So what you do is that for KongZhong's, the big core of the company is focusing on tablets because that's partly because of usage. People thought that mobile video is like seeing video on your phone, but watching a movie on your phone is terrible. It's terrible for your eyes. It's really a bad experience. But watching a movie on your tablet when you're laying in bed before you sleep is a very good experience. And a lot of young people do this, and watching movies and watching TV shows on tablets. So another thing is, for example, these e-magazines or digital magazines. On the phone, it's too small. It doesn't look very good. But on tablet, it's just like a magazine. So you flip, you go back and forth. It's a very, very good experience. So for tablets, it's definitely a lot of applications, I believe, are much better experience with the tablet. So there's definitely it's actually, I believe, two separate markets for the phone and the tablet market.
Interesting. And you also have something unique in that you're from China, but you spent a lot of time in the West, and now you spend time between here and Singapore, so you have a really good feel for both the West and the rest of Asia. What do you think is different for people watching online? You know, how China is a unique place for entrepreneurs to set something up. Or what's different here compared to other places? What's the kind of unique challenge that you would face here in China?
I think a big difference between U.S. and China is amongst culture. The people are different, the users are different, so these products has to look very different. So, and a lot of people think that, oh, we can just take a product from one country or one market and just put it in another and make it work. It's very, very difficult because people are very different. Because the Chinese students, when they're growing up, they're taught in different ways. The schools are managed differently, so they have different experiences, and that has definitely shapes people's mindset and their habits or their preferences. So products for Chinese market and products for the U.S. market is two different things.
Interesting. So that's good advice for someone coming in from outside of China. What about somebody setting up shop here? You know, not just a foreign entrepreneur, but even a local entrepreneur. What's your sort of like main tips for first time entrepreneurs that they should keep in mind when starting a company here?
Starting a company here, I think first of all you got to really understand your strengths and weaknesses. I think that's one big advice I give to entrepreneurs. Ask yourself, why are you doing this? Why you have the advantage, or you want to do a particular industry or a particular market or a particular product? You really have to understand yourself before you do something. And that advantage, what I'm talking about, special advantage, could be anything. Could be that I'm a great marketing person, I'm a great product guy, I have great technology, or I'm very close to the market, whatever, but there has to be a reason why you're doing what you're doing.
Excellent. And if someone wants to follow you on Weibo or find out about these clinics, how do they do that?
Yes, you can go on our website for our fund. It's called Lebox Capital. It's LEBOXCAP.com. Or you can follow me on Weibo, but recently I'm not updating as much. That tells you how fast people adopt the product and they dish the product.
So about these clinics, how can they find out about the clinics? Is there a mailing list for that, or is that something?
I would announce it on our website.
Announce it on the website.
Yes.
Excellent. So I didn't prepare any of these questions ahead of time, all off the cuff, all pearls of advice. Put your hands together. Thanks for coming on stage. I appreciate it.